Hello, I'd like to talk today about superclasses and subclasses. As we know, classes have attributes, which are variables that are embedded in the class, and behaviors, which are functions embedded in our classes. There are two types of classes. You can have a superclass, which is a class that has all the common attributes and behaviors of a certain class of object. Today I want to talk about superclass animal. Each animal has a species specification and a reproductive method. Those are attributes of almost every animal I can think of. As before, we use the init method to initialize the values for this superclass. We have two methods that almost every animal has to take into you have to take into account that almost every animal performs. Okay. These behaviors move and communicate or speak. Okay. In our last video, we talked about how dogs speak. They bark. And now let's take a gander at the actual subclass dog. Okay. You can see that now the class has a parameter. That parameter is the animal class that it inherits. So all of the attributes and behaviors in this superclass are now inherited by this subclass through the use of this parameter. And as before, we use the init method to initialize the attributes of this dog class. Now I want you to note that the first two attributes in this list are species and reproductive method. These attributes are then passed on to initialize the superclass of animal. Now, that is syntactically accomplished by using the method super dot init. Okay, and then the parameters that are going to be passed to the superclass. The superclass then takes it, initializes its attributes. And then following the initialization of its superclass, we now initialize the attributes of the subclass in the same way that we normally initialize attributes for a class. We have behaviors. If you'll note here, I have a little target with a red arrow. And if I mouse over that, it says it overrides the methods in animal. Well, overriding a method means that you have the same name, the same number of parameters, but you have different content. Well, in this case, move, every animal, it's polymorphic. Every animal moves in a different way, just about. Okay. And I've put in here just a print statement. Now, these are overly simplified, and you could and probably should get used to putting more content in a method that is in a class. But for right now, print is the only demo that I can think of that you will be able to physically see when I run that method. Okay. Canines usually run on four legs. So, canines move by running on four legs. Speak. In our last video, we talked about how dogs bark. Dogs bark when they speak. Bark, bark. And play. We also had a method for play. It is a print. My dog plays with toys. We also talked about the string method. This is an output of the attributes that are in a class. This print statement can be organized any way you want it. It is a return on the call to print that object. Okay. So this one, for example, is a dog, and it says dogs are what kind of species? A canine. My dog is called his name. He is his color and breed. And dogs reproduce like this. Now, the like this is the reproductive method parameter that's passed. Okay. So this output will be generated when I print the object dog, a dog object. Okay. Snakes. This is another subclass of animal. It has a species. It has a reproductive method. But in this case, I said snakes have length and they have a breed or a type. Okay. And note, again, we have the super.init, which is going to initialize the first two attributes of our superclass. Okay. And I am supposed to have unique attributes for a snake, length and breed. I would have put type, but type is a reserved word. And it will, upon receiving these parameters, initialize, like I've said, my super first. And then it will initialize the parameters that are unique to snake. I have an overridden methods, move and speak. I also have a method, a customized method in snake called eat method. Okay, and it is just a print again that tells you how snakes eat. I have fish, which is just a repeat. And the thing that I want you to recognize here, and I don't want this video to go very long, is that super dot the init, the first two parameters of the parameter list are passed to the init for the super. That's a must. And then you will initialize the unique parameters for this particular object, fish object. Okay. And again, we have the overridden methods, move and speak. And here finally we have human. Humans are animals. Okay. They're a subclass of the animal class. And again, we use the species and reproductive method to initialize. And then we have sex and age as unique attributes. I have in here just the move and speak methods, which are overridden from the super, that will explain to us, how humans speak and how humans move. Okay. Here in this next bit of code, I have created the animal dog. Okay. First, I'm going to put its reproductive method into a string so I don't have that long string passed. Okay. The dog is called my dog. My dog is the object. Dog is the class. I pass first the initialization, canine, and its reproductive method, as you see above, the name of my dog, the color of my dog, and then the breed of my dog are all passed as parameters. And once again, we want to make sure that you understand the first two parameters are used to initialize the superclass of animal. And then the last three parameters that are passed to a dog are used to initialize its unique parameters. It has two methods that are behaviors that are found in all animals. And it has a unique method to dog called play. Now, once I instantiate the dog object, I'm going to print the move method. I'm going to call the move method, which is just a print. Now, in normal situations, there could be any kind of activity going on in that method. Right now, we're just printing out to the terminal. Okay. The speak method, and then the play method will be called. I'm going to run this. And as you can see, I'm not in the right file. I'm going to run this. And as you can see, we get the output. Canines usually run on all four legs. That's the move method. Dogs bark when they speak. Bark, bark. That's the speak method. My dog plays with toys is its unique method, play. Now, the idea here is to be able to create any animal with the unique parameters that will initialize the species, the reproductive methods, and its unique attributes. Here I have a snake, okay, and I've instantiated snake using the snake class, and I've passed as its species serpent reptile, and then I've passed the reproductive method, and its length is 10 feet, its breed is a cobra, okay, and I'm going to print the move, the speak, and the eat method that will at some point produce the output to the terminal. As I run this, you can see that the output has been created. Okay, serpents use serpentine locomotion to move. Snakes do not have vocal cords or voice box like mammals, so they communicate through various nonverbal behaviors and methods. Okay, after capturing, subduing their prey, snakes begin the process of swallowing it whole. They swallow it whole, and they have very powerful digestive enzymes that liquefy the content in their stomachs. Okay, the last thing I'd like to demonstrate here is the output method for any class called str. If you print from the method str, if you print the object from the method, str will be executed. And here we got to go all the way back up to dog. str is a special method. You can format it any way you want. It's not a print statement. It is a return that will print what the method returns. Okay, so I've taken the attributes from my dog, placed it in a string, an F string, and I will return this by calling the str when I print the object which is my dog. And it should output as I've defined it. You can define it any way you want. Okay. Something coming out, or print something coming out of your object. Now, you don't have to use the attributes, but that is a more common method. You use the attributes to define the object or to put some kind of output there. And so when I run this, I should get dogs are canines. This is a attribute, species. My dog is called Luther, his name. He is a color, breed. Dogs reproduce like this. And this is the reproductive parameter, okay, that was passed in. This has been Mr. Ellis, demonstrating the use of super and subclass objects.